Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Stache review. Well, we're going to be reviewing The Force Awakens. Now, this is a non-spoiler review, so don't worry about me giving away any plots to the movie or anything major that happens in the movie. None of that. We're going to be saving that for next week when we're going to be doing a pod stash, just reviewing the movie, and we're just going to be going on for like an hour. Just me and a couple friends just talking about what we liked, what we didn't like. But there's a lot to like in this movie. So, first off, let me just say that I really, really, really like this movie a lot. By far, it's not a perfect movie. And nor should it be. It's almost impossible to reach levels of like Empire Strikes Back. It's nearly impossible because that to me is indeed the best Star Wars has ever been. But speaking of like the original trilogy, this movie definitely feels like it came from creators of the original trilogy, which they were. You had Kasdan writing the script with J.J. Abrams, and J.J. Abrams, who really loves the original trilogy. So you get everything that you want to get in this movie. This movie is so good. The villains, I shouldn't just say villain. Villains are great. I loved the villains. In fact, Kylo Ren is probably one of my favorite characters in this movie, because his dynamic with everyone actually, it's so good. I ended up loving his character. Same goes with John Boyega, who plays Finn. He ended up being like probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. He himself has great chemistry with Harrison Ford and Daisy Ridley. And I think Daisy Ridley was really great in this movie also. So there's a couple things where I want to emphasize this. I really like this movie. I don't love this movie, but it's kind of like we've been dating for 3 months and I like you so much that I'm considering saying the L word, love. But there's a couple of little things for me personally that I didn't love about this movie. Just like some character flaws. But of course, like every character shouldn't be perfect either. But these were like big things for me personally, where I'm like, why would you do that? And why would you do this? Regardless, it was so much fun. I really this is what I'll say. I love the experience of this movie. Going in, a bunch of people, all Star Wars fans, just waiting to go in to watch this movie. People were cheering, people were crying. Well, maybe not crying, but I teared up a little bit when I saw the opening crawl and just the music. I'm like, oh man, it really felt great. Because to be honest, I've never been a huge fan of Star Wars until recently when I decided to go back and rewatch the original trilogy. Because I saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters and I was so bored because I just wasn't a big fan. And at the time, my friend who is a huge fan, was like so into it. He loved the movies. For me, I'm like, they're okay. But rewatching the original trilogy earlier this year, I definitely appreciate so much the films. I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. I got a couple people here, so they're all, they don't like to be quiet, but whatever. Either way though, I really love the experience of this film. What I mean with that is that just going to the movie theater, experiencing, cheering, the everyone here in the movie theater. It was just so fun. People were laughing. People were cheering. People, like, there's big moments in this movie, and I mean, I just really had a lot of fun with this movie. And if I had to rank this movie in as far as like action, adventure, films, fantasy films this year so far in 2015, by far it's my favorite. Over Avengers Age of Ultron, over Mad Max. I had so much fun watching this movie. And especially you need to watch this film with a crowd. It's just so much more fun. It gets you in the mood, and you forget why people you forget the world, the problems of the world going into this film, because you just feel like a little kid again watching this movie. So that's some of the great things about this movie that I really enjoyed. It brings you back to a time when things were a lot more simple and things like that. But I definitely loved like I said, Kylo Ren. I think Oscar Isaacs also, he did a great job. I really want to see his character more fleshed out as the series progresses. And same with everyone else. Like I had questions going into this movie, and some of those questions were actually answered, and I was surprised. And and it left me with more questions. But that's a good thing, because it creates this whole mythological thing about like this legacy, this film. Just, it's like, it's not gonna give you everything you want. You need it's a slow burn, but and I'm not saying like the film is slow or anything, but it doesn't just cram everything in just to like, oh well, here's an answer, here's an answer, here's an answer. Everything seems like it's being paced pretty well. And plus, J.J. Abrams had a huge job to try to cover what happens in over 30 years of the last time we've seen these characters in Return of the Jedi to now. So there's a lot to cover, and I think everything you need to know is in this film. So that being said, I really like this movie. Go check it out. I'm gonna go see it again multiple times, at least 2 or 3 more times, I think. It's just a lot of fun to see this movie. And again, just look out next week for a spoiler-full review of this film. We're gonna be talking all spoilers. We're gonna be talking just a lot of things happen. So let's just leave it at that. But let me know what you guys think of the movie in the comments down below. And thank you guys for watching. So we'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.